Okay, ready when you are.
Alright. Fantastic. So we will begin in... Hold on, let me reset first. We will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I believe the stream has the wrong layout, by the way. Oh, it's being fixed, never mind. Never mind. So this is Kamilia 2. As you can see, this game starts the way Kamilia 1 ended. So I like to consider this a remake of Kamilia 1 because it's very similar. A lot of the same games are from K1 are actually in this game. And it's just a flat out much better game. I missed that save, don't die please. Right now it doesn't really look like the game is much better. I mean, they basically looks the same in terms of quality or like production value. But trust me, this game is much better. And this is the game I'm basically known for. I'm probably gonna save. That's probably a good idea. Plus some marathons. So as I said in the K1 run, this game has the primary trick that will be used in this game is called save boosting. Save boosting. Nice. So the way save boosting works is when you reset or transition screens, your vertical velocity is kept. It doesn't reset the vertical velocity when you hit the R button. So what you can do, I'm gonna save jump there by the way. Save boosting is not the same thing as save jumping. Let me just clear that first. Ah, sorry. Good about there. Where was I? But yeah, so what you want to do is you can save in the air, then land on the screen, jump, which will set your vertical momentum very high, and then as soon as you jump, you want to hit R. It means that you will respawn in the air while you are flying up, and you will still have a double jump. So Yo-Yo found this trick some time ago, and it's very useful. It's the most useful trick in the entire game. There's also another glitch in this game called a ceiling jump, where if you press the jump button on the same frame that you bonk on a ceiling, you will actually jump again for some reason. But it is frame perfect, so it will not be used very much in the run. So the first save boost is coming up right now. I'm gonna save in the air, like that, and then I'm gonna hit the jump. Oh, I actually made it. I'm gonna hit jump and then R, which allows me to jump much higher. Normally I would have to go down and hit the trigger and do a bunch of stuff, but you can just do a save boost there. Again, save boosting is not the same thing as save jumping. They are different things. Oh. Go, corner jump. I hate this jump. Nice, I made it. And I'm gonna do another save boost on the next screen. Just gonna do a bunch of saves here, and I'm gonna save in the air. Let's try to save in the air, and then do a save boost. Again, you save boost by saving the air, land on the ground, jump high, and as soon as you jump, you hit R. So here's the first boss in the game, known as Sticky Keys. This boss is not hard at all, except for this part. I sometimes die here, actually, but it's quite rare for me to die. Okay, there we go. So you got a bunch of bosses from other games. And here's Hirachi. This part is like infamous. If you're struggling with this part, just know that this is 100% pattern. There's no RNG to these stars whatsoever. So if you're struggling with that, knowing that helps a lot. Then you go to the middle. And then here. Oops, I forgot to disable sticky keys, guys. Alright. There's stage 1 clear. Now the interesting thing about this game is that it starts out very easy, as you can see, but the difficulty ramps up very quickly. At the end of this game, you're gonna see that this game is not screwing around at all. It ramps up very quickly. So this game is actually a very nice starting game, or beginner-ish game. I don't mean that in the sense that you're supposed to like start this game and play through it, the entire thing as a beginner. No, don't do that. What you're supposed to do, if you want to play this game as a beginner, is like start the game, then as soon as you get stuck, you want to switch off to something else. And then when you feel better at playing games in general, you can come back. And then you just keep doing that until you beat K2. That is what I would recommend. Because this game is actually really good. I like this game a lot. The world record of for this game is 1 hour and 10 minutes, exactly, by Yo-Yo Dude. And my PB is 1 hour, 15 minutes and 2 seconds. So I'm not too far off. I've been on pace a couple times, but the final boss... Let's just say the final boss likes to ruin every single speedrun ever. The final boss is infamous for being really, really annoying. So pretty simple gimmick here, just gonna touch the blocks in a specific way. Right here I'm gonna desync the 2 kids at the very end of it. And this next screen makes a lot of sense. It makes all the sense. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain that, but just go with it. Just don't worry about it. The world is a better place if we just don't worry about that screen. It's from Tributes, so you know the screen is good. But the reason why a lot of bad games are actually picked in this game is because this game is, I believe, it's supposed to be a remake of of K1. So a lot of the same, not the same screens necessarily, but the same games are used in K2. So that's why there's a lot of bad games in the K2 challenge, if you decide to do that. Such as Tributes, Time Machine 1. Time Machine 1 is horrible. Best Guy 1. Time Machine 2 is good, but Time Machine 1 is like the worst thing ever. So we're nearing the second boss of the game. We're almost there, not yet. But the reason why the estimate is like 15 minutes more than my PB is because, well, this game gets really difficult. Right now the game is easy compared to the later stages of the game. So make sure to save here. Here's some fast strats. These fast strats are really hard, so hopefully I won't mess them up. Ah, that spike is really hard to dodge. I know you can barely see it, but there's a spike that goes right, and there's a save at the top there, even though you can't see it. I'm gonna grab this. Right here I'm gonna land on the left block and then just walk off. That way I can skip the save and save a bunch of time. So at the top of this tower, I'm gonna try a glitch called the platform skip. The glitch has no risk whatsoever attached to it, and if you get it, it looks really cool. So I really hope I get it, but it is triple frame perfect. It requires 3 frame perfect inputs, and you're gonna see what happens if I get it. So I do hope that I get it, but it's really hard. I didn't get it. That's unfortunate, but basically I would have phased through the platform if, well, I guess we get another attempt at the platform skip now. I refuse to take that save, by the way. I refuse. Normally that does not happen. Alright, this is... Normally I don't die there. That's not what's supposed to happen. Keck indeed. That's okay though, we get another try at the platform skip. Again, it's triple frame perfect. Come on, let's do it. Ah, I almost got it there. Okay, I'm just gonna be safe here. I mean, the strats that I normally use aren't hard, but for some reason I messed them up, so I'm just gonna be safe. So a save is evil. And here's the hardest Miku in any game ever. That was hard. And we're on to the second boss. So on this boss, there's a quick kill. Oh, I guess I should explain the shooting in this game. So every boss in this game actually has invincibility. In the invincibility frames. Every time you hit them, they go invulnerable for a short period of time. Although you can't really see it in this game because normally bosses flash when they're invulnerable. However, not in this game. And because they have the invulnerability frames, you actually don't want to mash as fast as you can. You want to mash at a specific rhythm to do maximum damage. And the rhythm is about this speed. If you mash any faster than this, you will do less damage. And now time for the nightmare attack. This attack sucks. Please first try it. I knew it. That attack is way too hard for this boss. That's like one of the hardest things in this entire game, that attack right there. So if you are stuck on this boss because of that attack, don't feel bad. Because that attack is a nightmare. It took me so long to get consistent at that attack. And even when I am consistent at it, I still die to it. As you just saw. Missed those shots there. Again, gonna shoot it at a specific rhythm. If I shoot too fast, I will do less damage. If I shoot too slow, I will do less damage. Alright, let's try this again. Wow! Okay. This is not good. Normally, this boss is supposed to die before the 10-minute mark. And this is definitely not before the 10-minute mark. So, this run is not good. That's okay, though. It's okay. That's why I set the estimate high. Wow, that was not fair. That was actually not fair. I don't know what I could have done there. Nikki, please don't do that. Okay, got 1 damage in there. These rocks are really annoying sometimes. And I shot in the wrong direction, so I'm probably not gonna get the quick kill now. The quick kill is when you kill him before the bouncing bullets, because you're supposed to bounce the bullets back in its face. Ah, I missed the quick kill by like 1 damage. Look at his HP bar. That's horse hockey. Alright, there we go. And the glass right there kills you, so don't stand there. So the interesting thing about this game is that if you played the original Arm of the Guy, you know that you fight his normal form, and then you fight his big face. So you're like maybe wondering, like, why are you not fighting his big face now? Well, that is because in K3, you return to the same tower, except in K3 it's destroyed. And when you fight him in K3, it is the big face. So I thought that was really interesting. So right there I did a save boost, although with the help of a portal instead. Again, I'm gonna jump cancel, because cheater strats, as BBF will call them. Hit the save, please. Right here, whenever the apple is on the certain color, I'm invulnerable to those specific spikes. But yeah, I think that is really cool that you return to the same place in K3 and then finish him off. Because the guy is not actually dead right now. Spoilers, by the way. I thought that was cool. Music in this game is great, by the way. I'm still not sick of it. I've played this game for like 2 years, and I still suck. And I still like the music. So this is the CQ screen. I hate this screen, because it's really long and annoying. There are 2 screens in the game like this. This is the first one, and the next one comes up in stage 6. It's the breaking out screen. And these screens are like choke screens. If you die on, like, at the very end, it's basically a reset if you die at the end. Because it just wastes so much time. And obviously saving does not save the triggers. But the interesting thing about this game is that you would be able to skip up there with a ceiling jump, but for some reason the portal to the next screen does not spawn until you hit the last trigger. And there's no reason for this to be the case, because it is impossible to reach that ledge without the use of a glitch. So there's actually no reason for the portal to spawn after the last trigger is hit, because you have to use a glitch anyway to get up there. So if the portal was there the entire time, you'll actually be able to skip like half the screen. There's some blocks here for some reason. I don't know why they're there, but they're there. I'm gonna shoot this arrow. I'm gonna miss the arrow 50 times, so I'm gonna die. I guess I'm good. There we go. You actually have to shoot one of these spikes here. If you don't shoot that spike, it will actually shoot exploding rectangles at you. It's great. With the burst, this is actually the hardest screen in stage 3. Mostly because of the last jump. It's like a diagonal thing. Please get it. I died before the hard jump. Damn it. But doing the screen fast is pretty fun. Nice, got it. Ooh, close there. Shaved my hair off. So I'm gonna try a skip here. See if I get it. Ah. This skip is really hard. Oh, I didn't get it. So if I jumped one frame earlier there, I would have been able to jump up and dodge the trigger in the same jump. Oh! Nice! I got the harder skip in that screen. So right there I did a ceiling jump to refresh my jump. Ceiling jumps are frame perfect. Getting that skip is really rare. I get it like maybe 10-20% of the time. Wow, nice. But here I'm gonna do a save boost, which skips half of the screen. And do a setup for this corner, which makes it free. And this is the last screen of stage 3. We're almost at probably the most liked boss in this entire game. And I do like this next boss, it's really cool. It is very cool. We got Influka. This boss is awesome. Again, I don't want to shoot too fast, but I don't want to shoot too slow. I need to shoot at the perfect rhythm to do optimal damage here. Belly! There we go. Gonna dodge this. And now the USB stick comes up. Oh, I almost died to it. I like to call those USB sticks. Now we're on the avoidance for some reason. There are a total of 4 different interfaces. However, most people only know of 3. So after this is the God phase, and most people assume it loops after that, but it actually doesn't. After that is the Pochi phase, but no one ever sees it because, well, you basically have to stop shooting to get to Pochi phase. So it's kind of like an Easter egg. But in speedruns, you kill this boss before the God phase, because God phase is a waste of time. So then there the boss is dead. But there are actually 4 mini phases in this fight, not 3. Many people think there are only 3, but there's actually 4. And the 4th one is really difficult. Like, really, really difficult. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be an Easter egg, because no one ever sees it. Right there I'm gonna skip the save, and then come back. Kind of a cool thing to start doing. It saves like 1 second. But it's cool. Now into stage 4, and now we're on to the obligatory GB screen. The screen is actually really hard. Especially this first save. So I'm gonna do some fast strats. Here, try to go as fast as I can. Try to get the cycles. The drop gauge is hard. Really? Here we go. Trigger this. Trigger this. Trigger this. Okay, I missed the cycle. That's okay though. And don't mess up this last trigger. No, I messed it up! Trainwreck. Okay. Oh no. Oh, I told you guys that this save was hard. Oh no. This block is fake. Here's an F jump. I like to trigger the block so I can see like where I need to stand. So every time I touch these lines, my controls will reverse. So touching them twice will revert them back to normal. So right now, left is right and right is left. After I touch it once, and now it's back to normal. So the corner here, it's really hard to see. If I can do it, please. There's the corner there. It's just hard to see. There we go. Has some issues there. Now up here there's a double diagonal. Wow, I died to it. I normally get that first try. Marathon luck. Good, and now there's a corner at the end. But there is a V-string set up with a jump cancel. Like that. Cheers, strats. This part is really confusing on your first playthrough. Because the controls are constantly reversing and going back to normal, so it's really confusing. Now for the trigger screen, I'm gonna skip the save because I'm cool like that. The save is just gate jumps anyway. I never died to gate jumps. That's a lie. Oh, come on. Alright, on this screen, there's a fast cycle that I'm going to try to get. So I'm going to try to go as fast as I can to get a specific platform cycle on that platform that is going up and down. So I'm going to try to catch it when it's going down. No, I missed the trigger. Hurry up. I missed the cycle. Unfortunate. But that only wastes like 4 seconds or something. This screen makes no sense at all. Like, it's completely different from the original game. In the original game, you're actually supposed to, like, change your Windows clock, which will make the flowers light up or something. In this game, you just go left, and then you go right, and then you go right again. So it's completely different. I don't even know why the screen exists. It makes no sense. There you go. Good screen. And right here, I'm going to save boost again. I'm going to save here, and we'll do a save boost. I am able to ceiling jump up there, but it's not worth it because we found a fast strat that triggers that earlier. So the ceiling jump is not worth doing because, again, ceiling jumps are frame perfect. This screen is fun. I like this one a lot. One of my favorite screens in the game, actually. I'll trigger that. I'm actually got a line here, which is a good line for the next save. Nice. Again, I'm aligned on this wall. Do that. Nice. Hit the save, restart. Alright, on the next screen, I'm going to use a save boost to desync the two kids. For some reason, one of the kids does not follow you if you save boost. I'm not exactly sure why, but save boosting will make it so one of the kids will get stuck, and luckily it's the one with the spikes, so he's just stuck there. And right here I'm going to do a glitch to just stand on top of the bullet, even though I'm not supposed to be able to do that. Like that. Makes a lot of sense, don't worry. Alright, now for the most infamous boss in the entire game. I honestly don't hate this boss. I don't really like it either. The music is really good, but this is like the most hated boss in the entire game. Mostly because it's really boring, and the bonus phase, it's hard to learn in this fight. And the last phase of this fight is on Nightmare. And it just takes forever to get to the bonus phase, so it's like a really boring phase, like a really boring fight, and I think that's why most people hate it. Again, I kind of consider it to be like a break in the run, kind of get to relax. I don't know. I don't mind this boss. I don't hate it, but I don't necessarily like it either. Yes, the Goombas will actually kill you now, so you can't just walk into them. So I actually did the strat wrong there. For optimal movement, you're supposed to go on the same side as the last rupee on those fighters. So I wasted like half a second there. Reset. And of course that one went to the right. These bats have a strat that makes them 100% consistent. If you don't have a strat, they can be really annoying. But if you use the strat correctly, I missed the rupee, then you will never die to them, as long as you do the strat correctly. There we go. So now for the bonus phase. This part is kind of hard to learn, but once you learn it, it's not hard to dodge. So it looks really intense, but it's just a lot of learning, and then it's just doing the same pattern. This is RNG, however. I could get screwed by RNG here, but I did not. Alright, now we're into the last phase. This is the hardest part of the fight by far. It's gonna count down from 50, and it's just gonna get harder and harder. And it's just gonna add more and more stuff to dodge. So I hope I can first try this. It's gonna come some lava at 28 seconds. Right now. So it just gets more and more chaotic. Lava at 22. Here we go. And then lava at 16. Next lava comes at 10, and then the kid head is gonna pop up again. Right now. And the last bit of lava is gonna pop up at 4 seconds left. So right now, oh god, okay, first try. No problem, easy every time. Alright, this run is not very good. It's good that I first tried that boss, but everything else was like meh in this run. Alright, now we're on to my least favorite stage in the game. And this is definitely the worst music in the game. You can change the music within music files, but I don't like to do that. I don't know why. I don't mind when other people do it. I just don't like to do it myself. I don't know why. I'm just weird, basically. But I don't really mind the music anyway. There's got a double corner. This double corner is infamous because you can easily grab the align, which makes this impossible. So a lot of people get stuck here and just trying the same impossible jump over and over again. I did that until Fate told me to align on the wall, and I was like, this makes no sense. And then I learned align, so like, oh, it does make sense actually. Aligns do make sense, they're just weird. So yeah, thank you again, Fate, for that. Telling me... I was stuck on that save for 70 minutes. Before Fate was like, hey, you need to do this. I was like, well, I feel like an idiot. So thanks for waiting so long, Fate. God. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Nice. Kale, please. So now we're on to one of the... So now we're on to one of the most hated screens in the game. Rainbow Miku. Mostly because this save is really long, so it's like chokeable. But it's not too bad. That jump is hard. I will admit that. That jump is hard. But other than that jump, this is not really that hard. And because I said that, I'm gonna be stuck on the save for like 5 minutes. Okay, that jump is like the only hard thing on this entire screen. That's not true. There's another thing that is hard on the second save. Okay, there we go. By the way, the screen is really bright, if you haven't noticed already. It's really bright. No! What the hell? Sorry. I meant what the balls. I can say balls, right? Pat's balls. Patsballs.exe. This is the best thing ever. You get to play with Pat's balls. Oh, shut up, man. Alright, almost at the end of the save. We got some annoying platforms here at the end. I have a specific strat for it, which should make it free. There we go. That strat makes it a lot easier. I always save before the gate jumps, because you never know when the gate jumps are gonna kill you. You never know. I have died to those gates before saving in the past. I was like, I should start saving before the gates. Because that killed my run. So my run was literally killed by a gate jump. Wow, nice. So yeah, the hard thing on this save is this jump right here. Nice, got it. And I'm doing cheater strats with jump cancels, because I'm a scumbag, basically. Got a line there, which is good for the F jump right here. 16 PC gap, nice. On this screen you can actually get out of bounds by doing a very, very strange glitch. Maybe I can show that off after this run, if you guys remind me. But you can go out of bounds on the screen, it makes no sense. But unfortunately we can't find a use for it. But I would like to show that off after this run, if that's okay. Just remind me that I need to show that off, because I will forget. There's 800 people here, so someone's gotta remember, right? Because it's a really strange glitch. I have no idea how it works. This drop gate is really difficult. Ah, this drop gate is so hard. No, dude. Thank you, Shadows. There we go. Gonna trigger this. Trigger this. There we go. If you don't trigger that, you will die. And at the end of the screen, you actually have to jump out of the screen. If you walk out of the screen, you will die. So maybe you're gonna see me jump when I exit. If you don't do that, you will just die. So on this save is really annoying, or this screen is really annoying, mostly because of the last save. And they for some reason decided to put RNG in their platforming. So this save is like a meat grinder. Oh my god, I got a first try. That like never happens, literally. Nice! A lot of people are gonna hate me for that, but there you go. That first PYF save is like the most infamous thing in this entire game. And I just first tried it. That feels good. That feels really good. That feels really good. And it's time for Fat Kid. I honestly don't know how I first tried that. I'm not even kidding. I did not expect that. That feels good though. I was expecting to get stuck on that save. I always get stuck on that save for like maybe 30 seconds or so. 30 seconds to a minute. Which isn't really stuck. But I'm very glad that I first tried that, because that rarely happens. And it's Boshi time. I don't know why people think this screen is good and put it in their games. Because this screen in Boshi was supposed to be a joke. It's actually supposed to mock games are like this, which only put like basically make the game just like this, like Neil games, and it puts like a sign that says good level design this way. So it's supposed to mock screen style like this, and then people like this screen and put it in the games, which is hilarious. Alright, we're on to the 5th boss of the game, a harder version of Solgren. So if the 5th boss of the game is 11 bosses in this game, by the way, is a harder version of the final boss in Bashi, yeah, this game is hard. So you can already tell the difficulty has ramped up quite a bit since the start of the game. Geezer is where like the difficulty goes, like basically spikes, pun intended. So here's Sonic. Please don't give me bad RNG, Sonic. Please, Sonic. Cornfest. Okay, thank you. I got good RNG. So at the end of this this first phase, I'm gonna do a glitch. This glitch makes a lot of sense. Trust me, this glitch makes so much sense. You're gonna see. So I have to exit the screen at the top, right? Oh, you're gonna okay, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna stand in this exact spot, and when the spike reaches a certain spot in the background, I'm going to jump to the left. And for some reason, that puts you on the second phase. I have no idea why. It makes no sense. But it looks cool as heck. It saves like 2 seconds. And that only works after you've killed the boss, by the way. You cannot do that like before you kill the boss. We've tried it. Luckily on the second phase of Solgren, you do get a save because of the avoidance phase that is coming up. Without the save, this will be a nightmare because the avoidance is very hard to... It's hard to master. No, it's hard to learn, but easy to master. This of avoidance. Like once you get it like once, you're gonna be able to do it very consistently. But it looks really cool when you do it. So here we go. Hopefully I won't mess it up this time. Music is really good, by the way. I almost died there. So the part that everyone struggles with on their first playthrough is coming up right about now. So this part is really hard to learn, but very easy to master, if that makes sense. And it's gonna get even faster in a moment. So everything is aimed at my position throughout this entire attack. And if I just do this, nothing can hit me. Nice. Right here, I'm gonna go behind the orb that he shoots. If I do that, like, killing the orb right there is what triggers the next attack. So if I just go behind the orb and never kill it, he's stuck, because killing the orb is what triggers the next attack. So I'm just able to kill him like this. How does anyone find the glitch like that? The one where you jump down? I have no idea. Some random guy on YouTube found it. Like some guy I've never heard of before sent that to me. I was like, how did you find this? That mashing though. I think that was a deathless Solgren, by the way. I don't think I died once on that. Which is really nice. Usually you die like once or twice on Solgren in runs. Alright, now we're on to stage 6. This is where the game gets real. This is the longest stage in the entire game. A good time for this entire stage is like 30 minutes. So this stage is like half the run. And that is because there's one really infamous section of the game that I actually really like. I feel like I'm the only one who actually likes that section. And what is it? I want everyone in the chat to spam what it is called. The infamous section that is coming up. in a moment here. I'm not gonna say it, I'm gonna let the chat say it. I know you guys know what it is. Yep, we got boss rush. But the game is really hard now, as you can see. Alright, this next screen is really confusing. Basically, if you're not watching at maximum quality, you're probably not going to be able to see anything. I don't even know if this is visible on the stream because we're not streaming at very high quality. But right now, I am a very, very small dot. To be exact, I am a 2x2 pixel red dot. It's very hard to see on the stream. I can see it fine, but I don't know if it's visible on the stream. I will try to get through this screen as fast as possible, so you won't have to look at this mess. So right now I'm at the second save. We're almost done with the screen. The screen is actually really easy. It just looks really intimidating. But because my character is so small, it's called Dot Kid. It's actually very easy, even though I'm dying for no reason. This is the easiest screen of the entire stage. Okay, on this next screen, I'm gonna try a glitch. This is ceiling jump. This skip is really hard, but I want to do it because it looks really cool when you get it. But I really want to get this because it looks super cool when you actually do it. There it is! God, it looks so cool! That skip is really hard. It requires 2 frame perfect inputs, I believe. Yeah, that skip is super cool. I love doing that. I wish it was slightly easier though. There's the PogChamps. Nice. Wow, I died to like the easiest jump of this entire screen. By the way, if you've probably noticed that each screen has a different song now. That's because you're expected to get stuck on the screens for a really long time. So it switches up the music every single screen. I still think it switches up too much. I wish it was like one song every 3 screens, like in Kamilia 3. But oh well. So this is the second. You remember the CQ screen, which was really long? This is the second type of that screen. This screen is really long, so you can very easily lose a bunch of time here. This is like a choke screen, as you would call it. I'm also gonna try to avoid walls to grab good aligns for the diagonals, because almost every single wall on this screen is a bad align for the diagonals. If you run this game, I highly recommend you learn the aligns, because it makes it much easier. And you're gonna find yourself losing way less runs on this screen. And there's only one possible solution to this puzzle. The room in the middle contains 3 keys which are completely useless. If you enter that room, you are stuck. You cannot solve the puzzle. But it just contains 3 keys that you can't do anything with it. Alright, this next screen is pretty infamous. You see 7 trials. There's a bunch of saves on the screen. There's 16 to be exact. And there's a lot of hard jumps. Now on the 12th save, I'm gonna do something weird. And I'm gonna try to explain it after I do it. But yeah, I've used something called vertical subpixels. And as soon as you hear that, you're like, oh my god, that sounds way too complicated for my brain. And it kind of is really complicated. If you're interested in it, I have a tutorial on YouTube. It's 42 minutes long though. And it's basically like constantly talking about math. So you're probably not interested in that. But if you are, there's a tutorial, sellout mode. But I'm gonna use vertical subpixels to make this next save a lot easier. So I'm gonna say either 4 or 5 after each jump to memorize what I'm doing. 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4. Jump. No, 4, 4, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5. Jump. 4, 5, 5. Nice. Okay. So what I did there is that jump. Normally you're supposed to do a medium-sized jump and then like stutter in midair, but that's really awkward. So what you can do instead is you can actually bonk on that jump. But to do that, you need a specific vertical subpixel. So what I'm doing is I'm checking each of my jumps, seeing if I do either a 4 or 5 frame, because you can only 4 or 5 frame gate jumps, and depending on which jumps I get, I can either go for it or I'll have to do a full jump. There are 4 possible combinations of different jumps. 2 of them are possible right away, and 2 of them you will have to do a full jump before starting the jump. It's really complicated. It's like subpixel math that no one cares about. I think it's interesting, but it makes it easier. So at the end of the save, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna grab the align and then walk off the block without jumping. This will set up a good V-string for this plane, which will actually make it so I have 2 frames for the plane instead of just 1. Because those planes are either frame perfect or you have 2 frame window. So if I do that, I can consistently get the 2 frame window on that plane. Sorry if I'm being like complicated and stuff, but I like talking about this because I'm interested in it. This screen is not going well, by the way. This screen is easy. What am I doing? I panicked. I actually panicked. This is not good. You're supposed to beat the screen before the music loop. Like way before this music loop, so this is not going well. That's okay though. We're just here to have fun. Right, guys? There we go. On this screen, we're twice as fast. Ah! I bonked and I saved it and I walked too far. This screen is pretty hard. There we go. Now we're heavy. And now we're fast again. 900 viewers? Nice. Thank you everyone for checking out the marathon, by the way. Please do remember to spread the word about it. So right there I did a save boost, which skips like half the screen. Which makes the screen very easy. And we're already done with it. This is the last screen before boss rush. And boss rush is basically why this stage is so dang long. The timing on this is like a nightmare in the first playthrough. But once you've done it a few times, it's not so hard. Nice, nice. Now, a pro tip for anyone who is considering playing this game. Don't hit the last switch before the last save. The last switch will get rid of the saves on the screen, so hit the save before you hit the switch. Otherwise, you will cry. I hate the save. These jumps are so precise and I don't like them. By the way, I'm missing like 95% of the chat, by the way. So I'm really sorry. Do you have any questions or anything? I really hate this save. This is my most hated save in the entire game. So hopefully I can do it fast before I get frustrated. Come on. Ah. Come on. hate this save so much. Come on, please. Don't do this. Don't do it. No. I can't do it. Help. Trainwreck. Trainwreck. No. This should not be happening. Okay, good. Finally. So now we're on to boss rush. The interesting thing about boss rush, so you have to beat 4 bosses, by the way, and you gotta save after each boss. The interesting thing about boss rush is that every single runner I've seen of this game does boss rush in a different order. There's not a single runner of this game that does boss rush in the same order as someone else, which I find really interesting. And there's like 5, 6 runners for this game, and none of them do boss rush in the same order. Everyone has a set order. So I do Nui first, because I'm really bad at infinite jump. And after the bosses on the left, I tend to get a little shaky, just a little bit, which makes infinite jump much harder for me. So I do this boss first. Keep the hosts coming. Spread the word about the marathon. Fan game marathon is real hype, guys. Dude, RNG, please. So yeah, this part of the game is really infamous because it's a massive grind. You have to beat 4 bosses with like no platforming, and then after the 4 bosses, you have to beat another one before you get back to platforming. So it's 5 bosses in a row, which is kind of annoying. So this is why this part of the game is so infamous. This boss is from Toho, by the way. Oh my god, this RNG is not good. I'm really bad at the second phase of this fight. I don't know why, but my brain cannot handle it. I've never been good at this fight. Well, it's just the second phase, really. Which is also why I didn't do this boss first. It's because the second phase is so annoying. Like my brain just can't handle them because the orbs do whatever the hell they want. They can even leave the screen and then come back, which is awesome when they do that. I love that. Please. Okay. So that's the hardest part of the fight out of the way. This boss has a total of 6 phases. This is the 3rd one. I almost died there. Good. That's the hard part of the fight, of the way. The last 3 phases are all easy. I should not mess them up. This part could screw me with RNG, but it's very rare that it happens. So let's see if it happens this time. Nope, that was fine. It's extremely rare for the RNG to be like bad there. Right here, I'm gonna be a cheating scumbag and actually go behind her. Because I'm a scumbag. Back. The AC. This makes this phase a lot easier. And this last phase is basically why this boss is infamous. Because it's a repeating pattern. I'm gonna concentrate for this. Music is great, by the way. Okay, there we go. So that last part is just memorization. It's kind of annoying to memorize. Alright, now we're on to Grady Man. So what I do for this fight is I use 2 fingers for my mashing. Because what is important in this fight is the intensity of your bullets. You need to shoot them close to each other, so the boss cannot get through the gaps between the bullets. Because when you fight this boss, you're gonna notice that this guy's a wizard. He dodges through like the most ridiculous shooting patterns ever. Like, this boss is amazing at dodging. So this boss gets annoying very fast because he likes to dodge your shots. And you don't like that because then the boss takes longer. So I actually missed there. And I'm gonna wait another cycle because I need to activate the next phase in a specific spot. Because otherwise I don't know what to do because I'm bad. There we go. And again, if I miss at this specific spot, I'll have to wait another cycle. The 4th phase, this boss is entirely patterned except for the last phase, which we like to call the peanut phase, because the bullets look like peanuts. And they're all RNG. So this part is a bit annoying. The orbs are not RNG, but the peanuts are. Oh, that was close. By the way, the boss was in control of the flipping. I was not controlling the flipping whatsoever. That was entirely on the boss. So this is the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. It's just hard because in speedruns you want to go fast, and this is a risk-reward boss. The faster you go, the harder it is. And every time you shoot the bosses, they spawn apples. But because it's a speedrun, you want to try to go fast, but you can't go too fast because then, I don't know, this boss is annoying. I don't like this boss. And it's very, very difficult. In my opinion, it's the hardest boss in the game. And this boss kills like all the runs. The amount of runs I've lost to this boss is just I don't even want to think about it. By the way, I always do the bosses in boss rush in the same order every time. I always do them in this order. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get blue to about half. I wanna kill yellow and red, and I wanna get green to 1 HP. Wow. The reason why you don't wanna get blue below half is because when he is at roughly half, he will start spawning water instead of platforms, which makes it much harder to dodge. So you want to save that until the very end. And in this fight, you cannot kill green whatsoever. You have to save green for last, because you see that little skull on its head? That skull will start chasing you when you kill him. And the skull is literally undodgeable. You cannot dodge it. Even if you are making a TAS, you will not be able to dodge it. It is literally impossible to dodge. So don't even try. And it's not very interesting either. It's just that skull chases you for like 3 seconds and then you die. So it's not like flash or anything. So I'm gonna stop shooting blue now. I'm gonna die because I'm bad. The only other boss in the game that could be harder than this one, I keep jumping between this and the other boss, is the final boss. The final boss is also really difficult, but it's not as hard, I think, because the final boss wastes more time, because every single death, the first phase of the final boss, dying there basically wastes an entire minute. No matter like where you die, you pretty much always waste at least a minute every single death. So the final boss is like more of a run killer, because you waste so much time even with just one death. Like one death on the final boss wastes way more time than one death on this boss, is what I'm trying to say. So in that sense, final boss is more of a run killer, but this boss is harder. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Wow, I missed the platform. That's because I tend to get a little shaky of this boss, which makes it hard to control myself on the infinite jump, and I want to get, like, because on Gravity Man, I use 2 fingers to mash. I can't really do that while I'm a tiny bit shaky. It's not like I'm shaking like a lot, like nervous is really, really nervous, but it's just a tiny bit, and it messes me up, so I prefer to do this boss third. Okay. That's a little dangerous. But yeah, this boss ruins all the runs. I'm so sick of it. But I can't really do anything about it. I wish you could skip this fight. I don't know how you would possibly... I shot Blue too much. Okay. Blue still has 1 more HP before he spawns water. So if I shoot Blue 1 more time too early, I'm basically screwed. Because I will spawn the water too early in the fight. I didn't see that, damn it. I did not see that. My own fault. Should have paid more attention. I should probably talk a little less so I can concentrate on this fight. Again, this is, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the game. Because you need because of the risk-reward factor. Every time you shoot the bosses, they will spawn apples for you to dodge. So the more you shoot, the harder it gets. And you want to go fast. Who am I kidding? This is not a speedrun, this is more of a 1 video completion. Okay. What water is it? It's very... The water in this game is very weird. Ah, damn it. Sorry. The water in this game is super weird because it doesn't let you mash jump. Basically, what it does, it's basically a slow fall with respawning jump refreshers. If that makes sense. Because it doesn't let you... How do I explain this? Basically, you can't just jump a whole lot. It just refreshes your jump at certain intervals. So, if you find yourself like not being able to jump up in the water, what you're supposed to do is you don't want to mash. You actually want to do big jumps. Because otherwise, you're gonna, if you mash, you're actually gonna find yourself just falling in this water. So it's very weird. But in my opinion, it is better because you're able to do something called a drop jump, where you go out of the water and then jump, which is very helpful for this boss, I might add. Without that, this boss would be like twice as hard. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but still, it'd be a lot harder without the drop jump. You're gonna see me abuse the drop jump a lot when the water spawns. It's a little chaotic right now. We're good though. So red is finally dead. Red is the most annoying one of them. Oh no. Okay, this is fine. It's fine because red is dead. If red was not dead, this would not be fine, but it's fine. So I'm gonna drop jump right there. But luckily red is dead, so it's fine. It's gonna be harder now because I spawned the water too early. I'm gonna take this slow now because I don't want to mess this up. But yes, I did mess up the strategy on this fight where I spawned the water too early. So I'm not gonna kill green here because again, the skull that he spawns is literally impossible to dodge. Like, don't even try to dodge it. You can't dodge it. Even if you do a TAS, you will not be able to dodge it. It's too big. So you can't jump over it in this water. Okay, I'm just gonna take it slow. I really don't want to die right now. Nice. Alright, here we go. Last boss in the boss rush. Now this boss is weird because you're like, this boss looks bad. But in actuality, This boss is so deceptively well designed. It's so hard to understand why this boss is so well designed. Like, on your first playthrough, you're probably gonna hate this boss and think it's, like, awful. But after you've done it, like, 10 or 20 times, you start to realize this boss is actually really well designed. In my opinion, this is the best boss in the game. Even though it's like, well, it's MS Paint, boss shoots apples, it looks bad. It's actually, in my opinion, the best boss in the game. Just because of how well designed it is. There's a lot of RNG, but the RNG is made in such a way that you can get super consistent at this fight. I almost never die in this fight, and just because I said that, I will die to it now, obviously. The only attack that I really die to is purple, because my brain is bad. Purple is the only attack with all pattern. And for some reason, that's like the hardest one for me. But if I ever die to this boss, 80% of the time it's because it's to purple. Okay, blue is already dead. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting the record on this run. The record finishes at 1 hour and 10 minutes exactly. And my PB is 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 2 seconds. I've been on pace for world record many times, but the final boss, man. Final boss has ruined so many runs. But yeah, again, this boss is deceptively well designed. It looks like a bad boss, and I thought the boss was bad on my first playthrough. But I changed my mind. This boss is great. After you played it like 10 times or something. But yes, on your first playthrough, it does suck. Because it takes time to realize how this works and why this is well designed. I can't even explain it in a reasonable amount of time why it's well designed. Just take my word for it. So after I kill all the arms here, it's actually gonna enter the second phase. The second phase is not hard, it's more of a panic phase. Because at this point, you're bound to be extremely nervous in your first playthrough. So, of course, they would make the last phase a panic phase. Basically meaning, as long as you don't panic, you're fine. And you want to stay as close to the center as you can. You don't want to go to the walls if you can avoid it. Oh, there's RNG coming in there. Okay, good thing I realized that there was RNG there. Otherwise, I would have died. There we go, first try. Ooh, don't do that. Alright, now it's a big kid. This boss is stupid. This boss is hilariously stupid. So basically, every time I shoot the boss, it will spawn apples. And that's like it. That's the entire fight. And it gets harder and harder. Did I really scare you that much? Really? I guess it will still be a highlight because I scared you guys. So every time I shoot the boss, it will spawn apples. And it gets harder and harder. And that's like the entire fight. So once again, this is a risk-reward fight. The more you shoot, the harder it gets. But because it's a speedrun, this boss is really hard in speedruns. This is the third hardest boss in the entire game when you're speedrunning. The first one, in my opinion, is Crimson. The second one is Final Boss, and this is the third one. No! That was close. So now it spawns 3 apples per shot. Ah, come on. I did a stupid thing there. TJ is hosting right now. Good guy, TJ. Go below. Okay, a little cluster there. It's fine though. So eventually, there's going to be a bouncing apple, and there's also going to be apples spawning from the left as well, because otherwise it'd be too easy. Obviously. Now, when the bouncing apple spawns, I really want it to not go to the bottom left. It's a 1 in 4 chance that it goes to the bottom left. And if it goes to the bottom left, it makes the fight a lot more annoying and harder. Okay, I need to count here. I'm at 6 right now. There's 7, 8, 9, and 10. So on the next hit, the apple's gonna spawn. If it spawns in the bottom left, it's annoying. Of course! Marathon luck, guys! Marathon luck. So I guess I get to explain why this is bad now. So the reason why this is bad is because the apples actually have an animation to them. And if they hit the wall on the same exact frame that they do their animation, they will bounce backwards. Now this apple is so perfectly aligned that it's stuck in this infinite pattern of just bouncing backwards over and over again. And this makes the fight much more annoying because the apple cycle is shorter, and also it makes it harder because the apple stays on the left for a longer amount of time because it has to bounce backwards. So yeah, it's a 1 in 4 chance of getting the spawn, and of course I got it on the marathon. Of course. I'm actually semi-happy I got it because I get to show it off. Because it's so dumb. Like, again, the backwards bounce is frame perfect, and it's just so perfectly aligned that it does the frame perfect bounce infinitely. Like, what are the odds of that happening? The angle has to be absolutely perfect for that to happen. So it's kind of hilarious in that sense. So right now, the boss is really low. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do this. Because I can kill him. And the apples despawn when you kill him. So now, the game did autosave there, but now I have to run away because he's mad. He realized that I was shooting him. He's like, yo, I can't let you do that. I'm going to chase you now. And he has the best walking animation of all time. His walking animation is so good. Embrace it. Nice. So this is, in my opinion, or this is widely considered to be the second hardest thing in the entire game on your first playthrough. The hardest thing being the final boss. But for my first playthrough, this was actually the hardest thing in the entire game. Don't underestimate this part. This part is so much harder than it looks. This chase is 80 seconds long. And it's very infamous. On my first playthrough, I spent 17 hours on this chase. I could not do it. So I actually contacted one of my friends, ShadowLink57, and I told him, like, I can't do this, dude. I want to continue on with the game, but I can't do this. So he gave me a save point past this chase. And then I came back after I beat the game and did the chase again. That's how hard it was for me. I could not do it. So good guy ShadowLink for giving me that save. By the way, the chase took me almost 30 hours in total. I think it took like 27 or something. On my first playthrough. Here's the last jump. So if you think that didn't look so hard, trust me. That part is ridiculously difficult. Absolutely insanely difficult. And now we're on to the final stage of the game, M stage. This is the shortest stage of the game. It is just 10 segments. And you can skip 2 of them. And then we got the final boss. It didn't look that bad. I know! That's what I thought too. Like, this doesn't look too bad when I first saw it. And then I was playing it, I was like, this is actually impossible. Like, every single player I've seen of this game says like, oh, it doesn't look that bad. And then when they play, it's like, I can't do this. This is too hard. Every single one. I remember B-Rex being like, oh, this doesn't look too bad. And he took 10 hours on it. Right there, I did a ceiling jump skip. That skip is actually really difficult. It's the hardest skip in the game, and I just got it like 3rd try, so that's really good. I forgot my setup there. I forgot I was doing the setup, and then I realized halfway through, and I was like, oh, it's too late now. But trust me, the chase is insanely hard. I get upside down now. Can you move, please? Thank you. Alright, we're just over halfway done with M stage. I used the F2 strats for the last save. I stopped doing the F2 strats because it doesn't really, on that save, because it doesn't really save time. And when you do F2 strats, the music restarts, which is kind of annoying. So I just stopped doing F2 strats on that save. This drop is like the hardest thing in the entire game. In terms of platforming, that is. For me, that is. It's obviously not so bad when you're just playing it casually, but when you try and go fast, it's really difficult. Wow, that was... Okay, here we go. This next save is like RNG. We like to call it platforming RNG because it's dependent on V-strings, which is very hard to control in real time. So sometimes these corners can be impossible depending on how I jump, which is really annoying. So we like to call this save RNG. Stop doing a 3-frame. But yeah, if you remember the start of this run, it was basically pretty easy. Like the hardest jump was like a gate jump. Now we're at this. And I'm not gonna say what these jumps are called because it's kind of inappropriate and very immature. Thanks to Para for coming up with a name for these jumps. Okay, can you please? Please. I really hate when this happens. Dude, please. Yeah, thanks, Para. I can't 2-frame, man. I'm trying to 2-frame there. And there we go. Right here, I'm gonna do something called the F2 strats. For some reason, I'm able to keep my upside down settings if I hit F2, which will put me back at the save, but it will remember that I was upside down. So it's kind of interesting, since you're able to skip half that save back. And now we're at the final boss of the game. Just warning, this boss could take a while. This boss could take between like 5 and 20 minutes. Because this boss could just go horribly wrong. Because this boss just loves RNG. And it loves giving you the most ridiculous patterns that no human are like supposed to dodge. So on this first phase, you're supposed to dodge 5 colors, 5 mini phases in total. You can see which phase it is, dependent on the color of the star on your face. So right now it's purple, meaning we get the Influka attack. So every attack is based on the previous bosses in the game, on the first phase of this fight. This is from Influka, the 3rd boss in the game. This is Boss Rush, which is blue. Now I got the annoying Nui orbs. Please don't be annoying. Please don't be annoying. Ah! Why was it annoying? It just started going right for no reason. That's what I mean when this boss just loves RNG. Luckily, after the first phase, you do get a save. Nice! Alright, we're getting purple again. The order of the attacks is random. So you can hit them in any order. So we're getting purple again, which is in Fluka. Ah! Okay, now we're getting red, which is Geyser, this is the hardest one. Scumbag! Absolute scumbag. I tried to get over the bats, but then it spawned a bullet like right in my face. But yeah, this boss could take forever, or it could not take forever. It's just dependent on the RNG I get, really. And depending if I screwed up or not. Obviously there's a lot of skip to this, but RNG can be unfair at some points. So this is green, which is Solgren. Sorry about that. This is blue, boss rush. You have to survive every color to get to the next phase. Why would you do that? Hey, it's fast! That was a really dumb death. That was completely my own fault. I just jumped right in the apple. Dark, please. Thank you everyone for checking out the marathon, by the way. Please do remember to spread the word. The hashtag FanGameMarathon helps a lot on Twitter. Spread the word. And give the marathon a follow, please. Can I stop being bad? This is actually horrible. I'm being really bad right now. I have a feeling it's gonna take some time. I'm pretty sure I'm underestimate right now, but I don't know if I'll finish before it. I did get here like 5 or 7 minutes ago, but as I said, a single death just wastes so much time because of this intro attack. This apple is gonna be annoying. Alright, so we got green, Solgren. Going up. Going down. Going up. Help, help. Okay. Now we got yellow, which is the guy and sticky keys. No. I'm imitating that cat. Which is actually saying nom nom nom. But okay, red, which is Geyser. Please don't get stuck on this boss. Please. No! Why are you giving me bad RNG? Give me good RNG, please. I want good RNG. Please give me good RNG. After the first phase, the fight does get easier, by the way. So I really hope I can make it past the first phase. And there's a save point after the first phase. That was unfortunate bomb RNG. It was dodgeable, but it was not easy. Okay, come on, let's do it. Let's do it! Come on, let's do it. Final boss. Do your thing. Thing! Okay, thing, good, good. No! Ooh! Not even close, not even close. Going up, going down. Going up again, and going down. Okay, 2 more phases. I messed it up. I started for too long. I realized I went too early, and then I started for too long. Damn it. Dang it. I mean, balls. Fudge. Man, I can't believe I'm screwing up yellow. Yellow is really easy because there's a very consistent spread. So you should really never die to it. See? It's really not hard at all. Yellow is the easiest attack. Okay, purple. Okay, green. Looks like red will be last, which is kind of scary, because red is the hardest one. I thought that one was going to go earlier! Help! Okay. We're good. Apparently. Okay, come on, please. Okay, we got it. Whew. Got a little nervous there, not gonna lie. Heart is pounding decently fast. So now I got a save point, and this is the most annoying part of the fight. This part is easier, but it's really annoying because the RNG is just brutal sometimes. Like, this phase right here is like the most unfair thing in the entire game. Because these fireworks are sometimes ridiculously fast. Every time you shoot, you spawn apples. And it's just... no. No one likes this part of the game. This phase right here. And right now it's not going too well. This boss has in total 4 phases, but you will only get a save point after the first one. So for the last 3 phases, I'll have to do them all back to back without dying. Luckily, phases 2 through 4 is, in my opinion, easier than phase 1. Like, all phases combined is easier than phase 1. So yeah, I basically have to pray for not horrible firework RNG. Like, if the fireworks really want to, they could just kill me. And I can't do anything about it, because sometimes they shoot a million bullets at, like, the speed of light. And if that happens, you can't do anything about it. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Okay. So, and now we're entering phase 3. This is all a pattern. This is the easiest phase of the entire fight. It's just memorization. Just gotta concentrate for this. Just gotta concentrate. Don't lose focus. Don't want to die to this easy part. And we did it! There's the final boss killed. Nice! Just kidding! Here's phase 4. The boss has 300 HP in this phase. Oh no. Time is coming up. Time! Yes! That's K2. That's K2. Ooh, I'm shaky. Ooh. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. GG! Thank you, man. Before we go to K3, I do want to show that glitch in the unknown screen. I did actually remember. I somehow remembered. So I'm just going to do that real quick. I somehow remembered.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do that real quick. I guess we'll skip the credits here. Yeah, we'll skip the credits. So I do want to show off the glitch. I actually remembered. If you can believe it. I do remember. On the unknown screen. Whew. Man, that was intense. That was fun though. That was a really fun run. That's like the most fun I've ever had playing this game. Hold on, let me just grab the save. I do have a save of every single... I do have files of every single save in the entire game. Because reasons. Alright, I'm just gonna skip past the credits. It's a good song, but we don't have time. So, okay. So this glitch is like super weird. Hold on. See that? This glitch makes no sense. I'm just like jumping on this block in a weird way, which is just teleporting me outside. And if I shoot here in a specific position, there. Now I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. I have soft lock. Good job. There's nothing I can do now. You can go over here. Ming Lee! We haven't found a use for this glitch yet. It's hilarious though. Anyway, that's that. That was that glitch. Hashtag Finger Marathon. Thanks, man. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
My mic has been muted this entire time. I can't believe I just went through that entire spiel with my mic muted. I'll go through it again. Thanks, Den, for running on a fantastic run. If you want to follow Den, twitch.tv/Denferok. If you want to follow the marathon, which we strongly suggest you do, twitch.tv/FangameMarathon. You can hashtag us on Twitter at #FangameMarathon. We're now moving on to our final event, featuring Stinky Cheese 1890 running Kamilia 3 any %. It's going to be a monster of a run, so I hope you're ready. Stay tuned.